Hello and welcome. So, we're told that a chord is 46 inches long and is 13 inches from the center of a circle, as shown below. What is the radius of the circle to the nearest tenth of an inch? Well, first off, we know that, hopefully, that when you have a radius that intersects a chord, that just means that, or like from the center of a circle, something's dropping straight down and it's going to be hitting it. We're going to have a right angle here. And once we see that right angle, that means that this chord is getting what we call bisected, meaning that this point where that intersection is going to cut that chord into two equal pieces, right? You have the chord part on the left, the part on the right, and they have to be the same length. So that means that you have 46 in two equal parts. If we literally half that, we end up with 23. That means that our orange side is 23 and the yellow side is also 23. Okay, and why does that matter? Why do we care? Well, now, the reason why we even wanted to cut this in the first place is that, what do you notice about your triangle? Okay, first off, you have a right triangle, and hopefully bells are ringing that when you have 2 out of the 3 sides of a right triangle, hello, that's just straight Pythagorean theorem, right? Then you take your leg, what's not 12, so leg squared plus your other leg squared equals your hypotenuse, which is our r, squared. Right? Because if you have any right triangle, Pythagorean theorem says that if you have legs A and B with hypotenuse C, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. That is your Pythagorean theorem. Okay, and we do have a right triangle. We have the two legs. So all we have to do, square them, add them together. So then I turn to my handy dandy calculator and I say, okay, so 13 squared plus 23 squared. Oh, got a plus there. That's going to make a big difference. There we go. And when we add them together, we get 698. Well, we're going to go from there. So now we have 698 equals r squared. Well, your goal is to solve for r, not r squared. So how would we get rid of the square? Square root. All right, take the square root. Now remember, whenever you take a square root, you technically have plus or minus, but r is for a length. And lengths are, distance. And can distances ever be negative? No. Which means that while, yes, taking a square root leaves you with a plus or minus, you can only have a positive number here. Okay? And now, what it's asking for us is, what is the radius to the nearest tenth of an inch? Nearest tenth implies decimal. Right? These are all of our answers. We see them all as decimals, so we need to figure out what the decimal approximation of the square root of 698 is. Really not too hard, all things considered. Okay, most calculators, scientific, have a have a square root button. There we go. I don't know why I struggle with that. Most scientific calculators have a square root button, so then you do square root of 698. And it gives you the decimal approximation back. In this case, we have 26.4196. That 6 is going to round up, so if we're going to the nearest tenth of an inch, that'd be 26.4. Because the 1 behind the 4 is going to round down, so 26.4 would be our approximation, which, bam, there we are. That second answer right there. Okay, not too bad. The biggest thing is just know the relationship between, if you have like a radius or something cutting a chord at that angle, it will be a right angle and it's going to cut evenly half. Okay, that's the biggest relationship to worry about that. Okay, thanks for watching.